Welcome back to the channel Positive Cleaning, and today is week number 7 of our 100K journey of 2024. Now, before we begin, I kind of want to give a shout out to WCR giving my wife and I these awesome shirts. Also, last week, I don't know if you guys saw, we had our hoodies on, so they also gave us that too. Also, they gave us some stickers, not just one, but like a lot of stickers, and so it's kind of nice. It's like a variety pack, so that's really cool. As you guys know, I like to put stickers on my water bottle, so it's something that I could now put more stickers on. Anyways, and then also too, they gave us this. They gave us 2 of these rubber silicone cups. It's awesome because I can drop it and it's not going to break. Because I don't know if you guys know, my wife and I have 2 cats, and one time I dropped the glass and it is the worst because you have to pick up everything. Now, I don't know if you have a cat or you know anything about cats, but cats like to go to very unique places. And so when we picked up all the pieces of glass, we even went to all little other places around that area, like even like places you don't think cats would go to. We cleaned that anyways, just in case there was no glass there. And fortunately enough, they never got their paws cut or anything like that. So we're really happy that we cleaned up that mess very smoothly. But anyways, this is awesome because now I don't have to worry about if this drops. I need to clean up the mess. So, but anyways, back to week number 7. This week we did one job, one bid, and we actually gave a bid about a couple of months ago, I think November or December, and this individual told us that they were going to sell their home in February. So she ended up contacting us this week, letting us know that in a couple weeks they're going to have their house with photos and all that stuff. So the photographer, so they wanted us to clean the windows a day prior because obviously clean windows sell homes faster, right? So we're going to take care of that for her. So we got her in the books. Now, the second one, the second point, I guess, was the bid that we did this week. Now, one thing you need to know about bids in general is that it is okay to not give a bid. Now, why do I say that? So this individual contacted us and they wanted a condo complex. I guess that's the best way to put it. Condo complex cleaned on the outside of their windows, right? The outside windows only. Now, the thing is that if it's like very easy to get to, like if it's like a cookie cutter, like we like to say, right, cookie cutter, that's very simple to get to because it was 2 floors, top and bottom, no problem at all. We can take care of it. But now the thing is with this place is that they had a balconies on the, I guess, on the first and second floor. So the only way to get into the balcony, because obviously you don't want to like intrude in privacy and all that, is that you have to go and knock on every single one of the doors to get into like little patio area, balcony area. And so imagine trying to like knock on everyone's door and imagine that they don't want, or they might not even be home, even though they say, hey, they're going to be there this day. Everyone has a life. They have their own schedule. So it's kind of complicated because if not, you're going to start bouncing around and you might skip someone. And so it's just Ashley and I, which is not a problem at all. But we could just kind of see the problems ahead of time. So we just ended up just telling her that we won't be able to do a job and, hopefully they can find someone soon. Now, another thing when it comes to bidding too is that I know that some people too, they if they don't want to do the job, they like overprice so that the person says no, so to kind of like relieve like that awkward conversation, I guess. So that's another thing too. So it all depends on what you want to do, but for us, we were like, yeah, we don't even want to do the job because we could see all the problems that will happen. It's not potentially, it will happen. So we were just like, nah, we're not going to do it. So, but anyway, so the job that we did this week was a commercial complex. It was 2 floors. It was, very nice. We gave them a bid, I think, last week or this week. I don't really remember, but we ended up doing it on Thursday, and it was very simple, straightforward. The windows haven't been cleaned. We found this out during the job, actually, that they haven't been cleaned in like 7 years. But we went there, we cleaned up the windows on just the outside, and we cleaned it all up, and we made $850 from that job. So I guess this week's total, if you guys, I guess it's the only job we had, it's $850 for the week. But like I said, I like to put the price at the end of the video. But yeah, we made it for $850. But now, one thing that is very important is that when you do start your business, or you already have a business and you've been doing it, or already a veteran, obviously, I always say this, obviously, but it is very important to be licensed and insured. Okay. Now, it doesn't just end there, right? There's other things that you have to do, but one thing that's very important is this. Once you're licensed and insured, you have to get an EIN number. Now, EIN, always forget what it is, but it's an employer identification number. Now, why is this important? Well, for example, this place is a commercial building, right? Now, when I finished the job, right, and that was the thing. When I did this job, we gave her the price, we gave her the contract. She's like, all right, we're good to go. All right, we did it, right? And then we got the whole job done, and then from there she's like, okay, so I'm going to send you the money, but also too, I want your W-9 form so that I can, file it for taxes and all that. Now, when you do a W-9, you need an EIN number, the employer identification number, because if you don't have one, you're going to give a person that you did her windows your social security number. And that's kind of something that you don't want to do, right? That's something that I think, that's just my personal preference, is that if I don't have to give my social, I'm going to do everything I can not to give you my social, right? So what I'll do, or to the individual, of course, what I'll do is, best thing is to get an employer identification number. You just go to I think it's the IRS website, fill one out. And then from there, when you do give your W-9, you'll have all your information there. You put the identification number, you sign it, you put your date. But again, if I can emphasize it again, get an EIN number as soon as possible. And also, too, I'm kind of learning, too, for myself. I used to be a sole proprietor just when I was working by myself. But when actually my wife joined the business, we became an LLC. Now, one thing I didn't know, but I ended up figuring it out, is that when you are a sole proprietor and you already did everything to get an EIN number, when you change corporations like an S Corp, C Corp, or an LLC, you have to reapply again and update your EIN number. So you can't just be like, let's say you're sole proprietor. Oh yeah, hey, my EIN number is 1234, and then it has a bunch of numbers. But then now that I'm an LLC, I'm still going to use 1234. Now that's not going to work. So then you have to change it so that now it's like whatever 4, 5, 6, 7, or whatever. But essentially, you want to update that so that you're good to go. So. Anyways, that's kind of the week that we had. Now next week it's going to be raining again, Monday through Wednesday, I think, or just Wednesday morning. So we're going to have another rainy week, but we do have a week after that, a job for the week after, and so we're looking forward to that. But yeah, we're just keeping ourselves busy in the meantime, preparing, for spring that's coming up. Just taking it easy, enjoying all these days off, and just having little projects here and there. But yeah, that's, I guess, our video for the week. And so if you made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, too, I don't know if you guys know, I do have my Instagram account, Pause Window Cleaning. And so don't forget to check that out, too. And yeah, okay, we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.